nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God. Ask and he will give. Seek and you will find. There's nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to THC. We're Mark and Kim. We're so glad you could join us today. On today's program, we're going to continue to talk about the three earth ages. And with that being said, I have a statement that I want to say to you, and this is what Yahuwah said. He said, with their mouths, they serve me, but their hearts are far from me. And this comes to all of us today. With their mouths, they serve, they read the Bible, and they talk about his stories, but their hearts are really far from Yahusha. Our hearts are tuned in to the religious names that have been changed. So that's why he made that statement way back then, and now you can obviously see that today. So again, welcome to the broadcast. We're glad you're here.
Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. And to those that are new, we thank you for tuning in. We ask that you please hit this, the like, the share, the notification buttons, participate in the comments. We are more than happy to see what's on your spirit and what you're getting out of the message. So always participate. And those that are faithful and committed, thank you. We thank you for all that you do in keeping us together in the spirit. It's a beautiful thing. I can feel it in the spirit, the beautifulness of us getting that word. So more and more, the more you keep grabbing, the more we keep doing. So we are thankful for your participation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, honey, that key statement that you said, the statement that he said that, what? Their hearts.
With their mouths, they serve me, but their heart is far from me.
And that's the key piece. Their heart. They're reading, but they won't maintain what is being read in their heart. What is supposed to be received in their heart. They're just reading, but they're not activating what they are reading. And that's a lot of people in today's society. They are reading, and yet they don't understand the three earth ages and they're going to be missing out and not understanding what's going on right today, what's going on as of today in this cycle of life. So the three earth ages, as we continue to go into the message, remember, in your heart, you need to keep it in your heart so you can see and understand the message and what's going on now and what's going to happen in the future. So with that, honey, I'll turn it back over to you, but I just want them to understand that because I don't want those that are new thinking just by listening and not activating what you're hearing. I don't want that to be a statement that Yah uses against you. So.
Right. Yeah. Again, with their mouths, they serve them. In other words, they open their mouths, they talk about the stories in the Bible, and they believe them. They believe those stories are true, but their hearts are far from him.
Yes.
He didn't say the stories.
No,
he says their hearts are far from him because they don't know him.
Right.
And you can serve in a company and never know the president. And this is what it's like. So, and so be it. And how do we know that even more so based on the subject that we have been talking about, the three earth ages, that if you don't understand what happens in the beginning, how are you going to understand what's going to happen in the end? And that's because their mouths serve him, but they don't understand him. And quite frankly, and I would say most Christians believe that sin began with Adam. And that's on the contrary, because it wasn't just sin that entered into the earth realm, it was death. And we're going to allow the scriptures to tell us that. And that had nothing to do with Adam whatsoever.
Right.
It was already present. So it did not come to earth through Adam or Abel or whoever. Nor did it come through Adam and Eve. And I want to say that again. So death and sin didn't come through Adam and Eve.
Right. Looking to blame them for the way.
Yeah, but remember it says with their mouths they serve me, but their heart is far from me.
Right.
And death entered this earth age in the world that was the first earth age. Is when it showed up. And the reason why we know that is because that's when Lucifer was condemned to death. that's when it happened at.
Now, I want to see what Jamie has posted, because that's a good. She said, "I thought I had it in my heart." Jamie, please be a little more detailed. What would make you make that statement? So we could, help you through that process, because I don't want you to think that you don't. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So, death entered into this earth age because of the first earth age, and we're going to go to the scriptures and begin in the book of Hebrews, and very profound statement here, and we're going to go ahead and look at this now. I want to not move too fast because Jamie hit on a very important thing there. Jamie says, "I thought I had it in my heart." Well, Jamie, when you say, "I thought I had it in my heart," we want to understand what you're saying, so we don't want to assume anything. But when the scripture tells us that it's like a child, a little child, you can't tell a baby at 2 years old to announce your name. Your son, your daughter, if you say, "Tell me my full name," and just because they can't announce it then doesn't mean that they don't have you in their heart as the parent. And so everything is a process, and there are those that will seek and will find. And just like it says, they shall, it means it's not instantaneous. It actually is coming. And there will be people today that will come into and wake up today. They will come to themselves. And so for the sake of time and waiting for your response here, to say, "I thought I had my heart," I believe it's always been there because you're a seeker of YAHUAH. And it had to land at the right time. And so all of the works that you have done and all the seeking you have done has led you to come to know the one and true only YAHUAH. Let me see here. Okay, here was Jamie's response. She says, "I thought I was understanding the earth ages, reading the Besorah and contents, but I still got COVID last week and didn't think sickness and disease would come near my tent." Well, no, Jamie, okay. So I can't even answer that because I don't want to be sarcastic.
No, because we're not laughing at you, but this is how most people that are learning how to walk in YAH, and they're experiencing this. But catching COVID, and is, you got to remember that you're still in a work environment. You still have to put certain things to protect yourself. That means when the level of sickness that comes into the earth realm at the certain seasons that man has put, that means you ramp up in protecting your body with antibodies, meaning feed yourself what builds your immune system up. Do things that will build your immune system up. Especially if you have changed your diet dramatically, you got to build your immune system up even higher because your body's going through a shock. Also, you just can't be around everybody. Meaning that, people that, don't walk a life of healthiness, and you go into your work environment, you still got to be precautious into that area. I mean, you got nurses that work in hospitals that, have to protect themselves a certain way. So you don't tie COVID with the Besorah.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't tie that COVID in. And again, for some people, Jamie, unlike you, I mean, millions and millions of people have learned how to, over the past years, they had a bad diet or bad regimen of food choices. And some of those food choices were because of economic status. Some was because of choice. And some people put different things inside their temple. Now, you remember, you have two bodies. So the focus is not the body you're in right now. Right. The focus is in the second body. And so this body here, if a person thinks they're going to live 300 years, the body won't last because it's made out of organic material, and it can't hold on to your second body. Your second body is always wanting to go back to the Father, and while your first body wants to stay here. It wants to be around material things. But yeah, environment is big. But yes, YAHUAH has already healed, and that healing is primarily not only the first temple, but it's also the second temple as well. So, but yeah.
Just always, everybody, you always want to keep your immune system high. So that means you gotta figure out what's going on within your own blood.
pH level 7.2, 7.2.
To keep it at a level that's high, so you're not as vulnerable to those type of colds that come across, the planet. So it's not that because you're reading. I don't want you to think that it's not working because you're reading the Basora and it's not working. That's not.
Everything works according to the Basora.
Yes.
Yeah, everything has worked. Yeah.
I thank you for saying that, because there's people that are watching that are having the same, experience
and the thought process.
And the thought process. So yes.
Yeah. But no sickness or disease.
That's right.
And I could talk about COVID over and over again. Even though I caught it 4 different times, it doesn't have anything to do with where we're headed.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting. But yeah, you be free from that in the name of Yahusha. Okay, so let's continue to go. We were talking about, for those of you, oh yeah, she got there. I got the food down pat. Okay. Yeah, and everything else will come together. It definitely all comes together, and it's not just being excited about it; it's being disciplined behind it. And when you have that discipline and it works. But yeah, if you want to go a little further, go to the like any CVS and get some pH strips and test your pH levels and see if it's at 7.0. Because if it is, then nothing can reside in your temple. Period. Okay, so there you go. All right, so let's continue to go down here. Let's look and the book of Hebrews. And why we're talking about the book of Hebrews? Because it's important that when religion always is saying that every religion says sin. Every religion says, the Hindus talk about sin, the Muslims talk about sin. They all talk about sin. And they always relate sin.
That's their greatest weapon.
Yeah, they're more sin conscious. Yeah. Okay, they're more sin conscious than they are about understanding the reign of Yah. Because if you're more sin conscious, then what you're going to do is tell everybody about sin. Because you're more sin conscious, because you're more tuned into your body. So whatever the body does, they relate that to sin. Yes. When the body had nothing to do with sin.
That's so good, you guys.
Okay, so it had nothing to do with sin. And all this body talk and body language and body this and body, if I see you doing this and that's sin. I see you doing that. That was sin. And in fact, Satan's body had nothing to do with why y'all called it iniquity.
Right.
It was his mindset.
Yes. There it is.
His mindset. And what we saw is that we saw the knowledge, of good and evil, the knowledge of what took place with Ben Adam or Adam and Eve. It was that they were seduced up here. Mentally up here. Yeah. Okay? And they were seduced mentally up there. And that's not when sin came in. No. They were just attacked by Lucifer, who already was filled with it. And Lucifer is the one that caused the sin and death to enter. It goes back to Lucifer, not Adam and Eve. But guess who got blamed for it? Yeah. The woman did. And everybody played a part in that. And Christianity just said the women, and just pointed at them. And Adam, and then the man got pointed at because Adam wasn't strong enough to protect his home. And Satan's back there cracking up because he's the originator of sin, and he's the originator of death, and he won't even share that with you, even though he's going to get burnt up. What is weak? So you got to understand that if you don't understand where sin and death came from, then you're always going to be trying to count your righteous acts. Oh, I did this, so I'm righteous. Y'all didn't put what you do for righteous. It was him that was always righteous.
That's right.
And it was everything in him that makes you righteous. Because there ain't nothing in that body you got right there. There ain't nothing righteous about that thing. That's why you got two bodies. Okay? And he's already paid the price for the first body, so quit bringing it up. He's like, look, I dealt with everything your body would ever go through.
He already know it.
I dealt with all of what your body had gone through. And I don't want to hear it no more. And stop pointing at people who do not do your body sins.
That's good. Your body sins.
Your body sins. Yeah. Because I see it all over the internet. Oh, if a person is a narcissist. Oh, he going to hell. Oh, a person that smokes weed gonna go to hell because he don't smoke weed.
They won't talk about the one that's sitting in pajamas all day. I'm just saying, like you said.
Or the one sitting around just eating all day, bad food. Or got other bad habits. Right. Or the person that's being nosy in everybody's marriage.
They don't talk about that.
They don't talk about that because that's what they are. The Hollywood thing or the perversion thing or the gay thing and they're all going. I know some meaner people that are straight than they are gay. So you got all of these body things, and it's reason why Christians are pointing out the things they can physically see people do. They think that they're going to go to hell for that when they don't even know how hell and death originated, and they don't know because it's all in the first earth age.
Yes,
and you guys got to understand that. Okay, so let's go to Hebrews chapter 2. From a first age mentality. And let's read this together.
Starting out what?
Yeah. We're going to start on verse 14.
Okay. No, because you didn't tell them.
Yeah. We're going to start on verse 14. We're going to go into the subject matter, we're not going to look at the article because we don't have the time, but not the full article. But we're going to look at a subject matter in there, which is an object, which is death. And listen to this. Okay. So
here we go.
Okay. Let me see here.
Therefore, since the children share in flesh and blood, he himself similarly share in the same. Okay, so notice here, it's talking about share in flesh and blood. So this is talking about the physical body. Okay, he's not talking about the second body here. It says he himself similarly shared in the same. He said it was just similar. He didn't say it was the same. Right. This looks similar.
It's similar. He says, so that by the means of his death, he might destroy him having the power of death. Who is that person? That is the devil. And so notice here, the similarity. And this is why I want to share this with you, because you remember we went back and we talked about the stories on how Yahusha, how he walked across the water. Yeah, well, he looked similar, but he wasn't similar. Right. So there's a lot of similarities that he looks like, but he did. Remember, they said it was similar. He didn't say exact. So it's telling you right here, what he had was not like yours.
Yeah.
And so
it might look
the same. It was similar.
Had the shape.
It was similar.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Because if it wasn't similar, you wouldn't saw that word right there.
That's right.
Okay. All I know is that when the apple pie come out, right? I say when Grandma bring out the apple pie, and you say I got apple pie from Vaughn's, it looks similar.
But when you bite it, you already know. You already know. Sunday, right?
I might bring out my greens, and you might bring out your greens.
Right.
But trust me, they look similar. But they don't taste the same.
That's the truth.
Right.
That is such a good, yes.
Yeah. So similarities that's all it is. His body was similar.
Right.
But it wasn't the same. And so we saw his body be able to do certain other things and participate in certain things, from feeding the 5,000 to walking on the water to doing certain. It's similar. But it was happening for him and not for everybody else, and it still hasn't happened for anybody else yet to this day. to this day, nobody's been able to do anything that he could do.
No.
The only person that came close,
I don't think nobody even came close. Made it seem like,
was Peter.
yeah.
When he walked a little bit.
But he had help.
He had
by,
help.
by the one that looked like
Looked similar.
Yeah,
Right?
Right.
So he had direct help.
Yeah, he had direct
but when it's
help.
similar, he got out
wasn't by
there.
himself doing it.
He got out there, but he got out like that.
He did it one time.
He did one time.
So he didn't go back out.
I bet you he tried.
Last week.
He said, let me go try and do out there. His butt sunk every single time.
Every single time. And it's proven because even when it came to them going fishing to you know, he sent them out to go fish and gather. And they said, we told all night, ain't nothing. And then he did no different. They similar.
Similar?
But when I show up.
When I show up, did the fish show up like that? There's something different. How did that fish know? It's not what these prosperity preachers are talking about.
Exactly.
It happens for him.
Yeah.
Not for them.
Not for them. Because they was there all night now.
It was all that.
With nets.
Yeah.
Not a pole with nets.
Yeah.
And nothing led up in them nets.
And then nothing fell in those nets. And when he said, go out there, Peter, and get that gold out that fish's mouth, Peter did not think twice. I know what I seen. I know what I seen. He didn't even question it. When he said, Peter, go out there and get the fish out of his mouth, no, there is no conversation coming out of Peter's mouth. Yeah. And came back and said, who you want me to pay for? Yahusha said, pay for my taxes, pay for yours, and everybody else that's here, take care of everybody.
So that was a serious rock. They come out of one fish's mouth.
Think about that.
Think about a fish's mouth.
So that's why we're looking at that.
You just have a clam.
Look at that again. Let's go back there to the Hebrews, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. Okay. Now look at it again. And remember, this is describing how sin came into the earth realm. And it's letting you know that it's only talking about the physical body. So verse 14, therefore, since the children share, all right, what do they share in? In flesh and blood. That's what we share in. Okay? He also himself, similarly, okay, that right there, they didn't say exact. He said shared in the same. So that, here's why. Here's why the body needed to be similar to ours. So that by the means of his death, he might destroy him, okay, having the power of death, that is the devil. Now, why did he need to do that? Scroll up just a little bit so I can, oh no, that's what I said. And the reason why he needed to do that was to deliver those, okay, who throughout life, what life? This life, were held in slavery by the fear of death. You see that there? Okay, so they were held by that, and so that's why he came to destroy death. So it's important that that we know that and we understand that. So his whole thing was to come destroy death. All right. So that's what was important, that he would come to destroy death. And death was in the first earth age. Death entered into the earth realm, and when it did, there was a void, destruction. Okay, and we see that and that all happened in the first earth age. You and I were already there. Okay,
and that's the beautiful. The piece too, honey, when you say that he had, where it says he might destroy him having the power of death. Yeah. So this is.
Now, because remember, the power of death keeps a person linked to the penalty of sin.
That's what I was trying to. I couldn't get my words together.
The power of death keeps a person linked.
Yes.
To the penalty of sin.
There you go. I couldn't get it out, but that's
like this. You're basically born into earth realm with no savior. You see that? You're born only to perish. Right. You just born
not born to live.
Not born to live, born to perish. And Lucifer knew that.
And that's why he said, I have to come so he could release that power.
That power of death off. So the power of death got released off. So life could come. So right now, across the entire earth, the power of death has been lifted.
Right.
What's happening today is people have these memories and these traditions that they're keeping that got nothing to do with helping you. It's like saying, "Oh, the power of the blood was done. It freed me, but I'm still trying to work my way into heaven."
Right. And
so it's like an insult to the blood.
Right. And that's where you get that one verse of scripture where it says,
"With their mouths
they serve,
but their hearts are far from me."
And then you can add to that what they used to say, "Without faith, works is dead." But with your words that has no power keeps you in the death cycle, because without
with their mouths they serve me, their hearts are far from me. And this happens because there's no balance between you don't know his name or you don't believe in his name. You talk to people about the name and they get grieved when you talk about Yahusha. Okay, and that's because their heart is far from them. Far. He didn't say their heart was a little bit away from him. He said their heart is far.
That sounds far to me.
Far from me. You know, they're not tuned in at all. But they got all the language. Their mouth is saying everything.
They got the words.
They'll say some stuff, you know. It's like we was listening to some of the music before we came on. And we're like, okay, it's in there. And then Jesus. Right. And Kim goes, man, if they would just sing the song, we would never have to hear.
If they would just stop talking and just sing it, the word Jesus would never come out. He gets you by you speaking.
I mean, it's like Israel something what I like. To worship you, I live. Right? To worship you, I live to worship you. Right? Yahuwah. Right. And then, so that's all they say, it was fine. But as soon as they add their narrative.
Right. As soon as the lead
starts, all Jesus.
Yeah, right? Doing all the extra talking.
Right. Doing all the extra talking.
Just shut up talking.
Just shut up talking and just sing the song.
Just abide with the words.
Right.
Yeah,
don't add your thing into it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
And so you find this out, you start discovering these things, the more you tune into Yahusha. And the more you turn into the Father's name, because it's the name that honestly frees you.
It is.
It's not a sentence. It's not a statement. It's not anything else. It's the name. It's the purity and the power of his name. That's why he said, "In my name," not in a sentence, not in a quote. In my name, you'll cast the demon out. Because that name has that kind of power. Because the name frees your mind.
What you remember we opened up with, it was a mindset.
It was a mindset.
That was that brought sin in.
Yeah, it was a mindset that brought sin in.
So when you get the right name, it eradicates that mindset. Now you understand, when you use my name, demons will tremble.
Yeah.
Things will happen because my name. And then say about Kim's name or Mark's name, but my name will make them jump.
Or the name that the Greeks came up with and the pagans came up with.
My name will make them bow down.
It's my name.
It's my name.
It's not a quote.
It's not
a statement. It don't even matter how you say it, as long as you know that name.
Yes. And you know how that name works.
Yeah, you know how that name works. And you can relate. That's the name I need. He put all that power in that name.
Yes.
It's not in all the stuff you read. It's not even in your memory. It's not in none of that. But now here, where it comes to a vital point, you're sealed by what you read. But knowing his name gives you the power.
Yes.
So you have to be sealed with right information.
That's right.
Okay? Not any information that ties to someone's building on Sunday that's only relatable to them. And to their books that they sell.
And that's what positions you to understand that there are different earth ages and where you're at in those earth ages, where you came and where you're at and where you're going.
Let's go off that one. That was good. That was good. So again, why destroy it? Why did YAHUAH come to destroy? Why you should come to that? Because death keeps you linked to the penalty of sin. Okay? And the penalty of sin is not what you created or not what some Sunday school teacher taught you or Hinduism or Muslims, right? Because at the end of the day, when we came to the earth realm, innocent, we were still born only to perish without a Savior. But when a Savior showed up, he lifted that up off of us. And we were free from trying to prove ourselves physically.
That's good.
Okay? The physical approval is now erased because the Father doesn't recognize it. Because the Son did it. He did the physical payment. Okay? Now what's left? It's the soul. It's your heart towards his Son. Not towards the anti-Messiah, but towards the real Messiah. And if you understand that, and that alone, that's what's going to get you. That's what's going to protect you. And Satan does not want you to know that. All right. And so looking ahead, in other words, death came through the one who was to be judged first. This is why it talks about Lucifer as the son of perdition. It's the first one that perishes, the first one that will go up in smoke, which is Lucifer. And so Lucifer was judged in the first earth age, not the second one. You got to understand that. He wasn't judged, after what he did. And see, this is what Christianity teaches, that he was judged after
the acts of whatever they did.
Adam. Now you crawl on your belly.
Right.
So wait a minute. He was already filled with sin before he did that.
That's right. Right.
So why did he get judged after that? No. Why did Christianity teach you that Satan got judged, he got to crawl on his belly?
Right.
Satan was already judged before Adam even showed up.
That's why the whole reason why he ain't up in heaven no more.
Right. That's why his butt wasn't in there, because he was the first.
Right.
And so he brought in sin and death.
Right.
It was on him.
Right.
It was him.
Right.
He walked around with it.
The curse part, he got cursed from now. He ain't mobile no more. He can't.
Well, yeah, Moby. He locked up. Michael's got him right now in chains.
So when that whole incident with
his presence is here, just like Yahusha's presence is here.
Right.
But Yahusha's at the Father.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that with the point of with Adam and Eve in that whole scenario, he was then cursed, meaning he had no mobility to.
He didn't have what he had before.
Yeah, he didn't have the actions now to spew what he.
He did not have what he had before.
Yes.
But
sin was like
death entered.
Yes.
And sin before the second earth age, which we're living in now, which is almost 15,000 years. So, but we're talking about millions of years ago. Lucifer had that sin already on him. Okay, and the earth was very old.
That's why he was able to do what he did, because he had what Adam and Eve. He was able to move in that atmosphere.
Yeah,
he took them out of life. He took Adam and Eve out of life and brought them into his death cycle.
So that's death cycle.
That's what he did.
So we're currently living in the second earth age.
Yes, we are.
That began, with the second Adam, almost 7,000 years ago. Because there's the first Adam. He's day 6, so it's the 6th-day creation, and the Scripture tells us that on the 6th day Yah made man. And then on the 7th day, he rested. Then after that, on the 8th day, he came back and made a different Adam. And that's where Eve shows up. And we don't see that before that. He said he made male and female. They didn't have names with the 6th-day creation. But on the 8th day, they had names. It's very interesting. 2,000 years later. And there was 2,000 years of baby making.
I know. Nobody thinks about this.
There's 2,000 years of baby making between the first Adam and the second Adam, because that's when Cain went down to none and found himself a wife. How can he find himself a wife when Adam and the second Adam and Eve didn't even have no kids? No. Where them kids pop up at? So they showed up at the 6th.
That was Cain's kids.
The first earth age. So it's important to do that. Now, let me kind of explain this to you guys as well. And this was talked about in Matthew 24, Mark 13, a little bit in Luke 21. You and I are the fig tree generation. Okay? In Yah's word, he promises 120 years. And we have seen what that looks like. But when we look at 120 years from the time of when the fig tree generation began its birth, and I think it's not just 1948, but I think it's close to that or around that time they say 1948, but that would bring us to
What's the fig tree?
the fig tree.
1948. They don't know what that.
Yeah, and it's when Israel, it's when everything. It's right around the time between how the Germans. Okay, now
Because
I can't.
because you say 1948. They're like, what's 1948?
Well, 1948 is really his story. You know, like history, like his story. And they want you to believe that the ones that showed up is the real original people, but they never left.
Right.
They showed up. These individuals showed up, and partly a lot of it was. This is a whole nother story. I don't think we have time to.
No, I'm just saying. You saying they was at 1948 fig tree.
It's when the acknowledgement of two seeds were in the land.
Okay.
I'll put it like that.
Right.
The acknowledgement of two seeds came back to Israel, and there's an acknowledgement of two seeds. Okay? And one of those seeds was highly promoted, and the other seed was not.
Demoted.
It was demoted.
That's pretty much.
And so the colonizers showed up and stole it and claimed it as theirs. This is why Yahusha said in the book of Revelations, he called them the seed of Cain. That there are those that say that they're from YAHUAH and they are not. In fact, do you know, I don't know if people realize this, that you cannot even take a DNA test if you live in Israel today. It's against the law.
Isn't that so crazy?
Yeah, it's against the law.
But they don't want to tell you why.
They don't want them to find out that they're not from the tribe of YAHUAH. But instead, they're Germans.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
You're German, Poland, and English, and from London. They're from all those parts. And but you cannot take you can go look at this. Just don't take my word for it. You can go. Remember, I said research is important.
Research is very important. Research it out
because it's all circled around the seed of Cain, and it's very important to understand that. That's why the fig tree generation is the last generation that will see these things come to pass very rapidly. Okay, and that's what it's talking about in Matthew 24 and Mark 13. Remember the first thing Yahusha said?
Luke 21.
Yeah, Luke 21. And said, "Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying that they are anointed, and shall deceive many." That's what it means by with their mouths they serve me, but their hearts are far from me. Okay. Now, immediately after the seventh trump, the millennium begins. And this is where Yahusha will set up his reign. He's going to reign for 1,000 years. And what I like about the fact that it's written in the Basor, you don't have to guess, that he's setting up the 1,000-year millennium tells us very clearly that everybody don't know.
That's right.
And it's an opportunity for him to teach. Why would he need to teach if it was possible for people to be deceived? If the possibility for people not to be deceived, well, he would never have a millennium.
That's right. And that right there tells you why. Mark.
Yeah.
Or was that Matthew?
Yeah. He just says, because with their mouths they serve him, but their hearts far. But how did they get like that? So Christianity says, if you don't know the Jesus that I know on Sunday at my physical building, then you're going to go to hell.
I do like because it's just like
and
that.
So that with their mouth. And so take heed that no man deceive you. So y'all said, okay, let them all lie to each other.
Yeah, let them wear each other out.
Let them wear each other out what works in the flesh. That if you get caught doing this or you doing this or you got this going on, you're going to hell. Y'all said, forget it. They all going to do that to each other.
Yep.
But on the millennium, for 1,000 years, I'm going to set the record straight. And you don't have to worry about hearing from anybody else.
And that's one day.
And I'm going to do that for one day.
When they don't understand, because when that happens, we are now in our spiritual bodies. So that 1,000 years, not no 1,000 years, that's that one day.
Yeah, Dr. Rosetta, I'm serious about that. Yeah, the DNA test. In fact, do you know the DNA test came from Israel?
You mean the ones they do here?
The one they do. What's the one they do here?
They got a few of them now.
So, what's we call 23?
Yeah, me and 23.
Wait, no, how's this? No, it means
some 23.
Some 23 came out of Israel, but the citizens of Israel can't take it. Go figure it out.
23andMe. 23andMe.
23andMe, yeah. They can't take it. It comes out of Israel. But it's illegal. You go to jail. Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. So, but the millennium is important because, and again, when people think they're going to get raptured, is because they don't understand the first earth age. The first earth age was where all the sin was born, where sin and death was born. Okay. Lucifer came into the second age. Okay, and gave and took innocent people. Okay, and gave those innocent people his mindset. Okay, and when it says a tree, when you're talking about no fruit tree, Lucifer was that tree. He had both knowledge of good and evil, and they participated in that knowledge. Okay, now notice, because they participated in that knowledge, that's how that knowledge got entered into the earth realm. Okay, and that knowledge is why we need to be sealed. Okay, why we need to be sealed with Yahuah's name, so that seal protects us when Lucifer shows up again. He gonna know they've been talking to the source.
Pass them by.
They've been talking to the source. So pass them by, not because of any physical reason, but because of a knowledge
of the name.
They woke up. They come to themselves. And Lucifer cannot touch a person that's come to himself.
That's right. Untouchable.
Untouchable. Yeah. So.
And that's what he got mad about Job about. You put a hedge around him. I can't get to him.
I can't get to him.
That wasn't. Job had knowledge.
Job had knowledge and a mindset. Right. Oh, I can't get to him because he got money. And then what preachers took about is that if you get money, then Satan can't get to you. See, that's how it was wrong. But that was the mindset.
The knowledge and the mindset was there before the money.
Yeah.
If we want to put it that way. Yeah. Job had a posture about himself that is like, I don't care who you are.
Job was not going to get bought out.
Who was they going to get bought out?
We're not going to get bought out.
And Lucifer was mad because he couldn't get in there. And blame y'all. You put a hedge around him. What the heck that got to do with that?
That's funny.
He built that up. The relationship that he has with me, he ain't gonna let nobody. That's what that verse is about. The relationship that Job had with Yah, nobody could penetrate. No different than Abraham. The relationship that Abraham had with Yah, nobody was gonna penetrate that. Nobody.
That's amazing.
And that's where I want to be, and that's where I'm at.
Before we go further, we're gonna take a break. Before we go further into the Earth Ages, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna visit Jeremiah chapter 4 again. So get your pages ready for that. But we're excited. Kim and I are here with you today.
Yes.
And you are watching THC. We're so glad that you're part of it. We'll give those an opportunity to go into their giving and receiving, and we'll come right back. We'll get right back into Jeremiah chapter 4. You're watching the 3 Earth Ages. Glad that you can be a part. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Generations after generations keep praising you, yet no word sums you up. Then I asked the Lord, what name fits you? And he said, yeah. Generations after generations keep praising you, yet no word sums you up. Then I asked the Lord, what name fits you? And he said, yeah.
Okay, welcome back to the program. You're watching THC. We know that you have honored the Most High, and we know that you already know how to pray and believe with Him according to His promises. So welcome back, Mark and Kim. We've been talking about the 3 earth ages, and it is just a wonderful time to talk to you guys about this. Make everybody laugh. We're having a good time.
Yes.
And we are exposing some certain things, and hopefully that you are learning them. So at any given time, something opened you up. Please write down. Tell us, hey, I learned this today. I like to know what your takeaway is all the time, what you're grabbing, what you're holding on to. Share it so we can all laugh about it and rejoice about it, and let everybody else that will come and watch the program later, hear this as well. So if you ever at any given time say, man, I got a hold of something today, I want you to share that, because it matters.
It does.
Yeah, so don't act like you're in the physical building. You don't have a voice. You do have a voice.
You do have a voice.
Everybody here has a voice, so we want to hear from you. What are you taking away, or what questions you have at any time? Let us know.
Right? Everything that has breath, the airway. As soon as you
open up your mouth.
Yeah, as soon as you type something, it's documented, and it helps. That's what forms them able to do research, documentation. So typing and saying something and helping someone is always a beautiful thing. Always. So, with that, my husband's going over.
I'm looking at the notes. Okay.
I'll
say it. Okay. So yeah. So now let's hear a word from our Father concerning again the first earth age a little bit, and we want to go back into the book of Jeremiah chapter 4, in the Besorah, and we want to look at this. We're going to start from verse 19. Okay. And I want you to follow along, and we're going to go through this, okay? Here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
It says, "Oh, my inward parts, I'm in pain. Oh, the walls of my heart pounds in me. I am not silent, for you have heard, my being. Excuse me, the sound of the ram's horn, a shout of battle."
A shout of battle. So, I mean, what is he saying here? This is the shout of the battle. This is the 7th trump. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait for that 7th trump, And at the same token, this is dealing with the destruction of what took place. Let's look at, we'll go to the next verse. Keep going, honey.
"Destruction upon destruction is cried, for all the land is ravaged. Suddenly, my tents are ravaged, my curtains in a moment."
Look at that.
This is talking about how he feels and sitting in his home, his what he's feeling, experiencing, and
at his place.
At his place,
right.
Concerning.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, so what is he talking about? His curtains. He said, I mean, basically, at the 7th trump, it's going to happen again. Mm-hmm. He's already did this once. Mm-hmm. He's already ripped it apart, and once he's going to do it again. And when's he going to do that? Is when Yahusha's feet hit that Mount of Olives. Bam! Mm-hmm. It's going to happen again. Mm-hmm. And now he's going to share. But this is how he's sharing with us is how it took place in the first earth age. So that's what we're looking at in Jeremiah chapter 4. Is how it actually happened before that. So it's already written, you guys. And I like how he says it. He goes, everything I'm gonna reveal to you ain't no secrets.
Right.
What I did in the past, I'll show you how I did it in the past. Mm-hmm. I wrote what I did in the past, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do in the future. Mm-hmm. It's very simple. You don't need to go no building to find out something from prophet line, dude. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here's how and now he's going to share how it took place during the first earth age. Let's go ahead and read this, and let's keep on going. Honey, read verse 21. Okay.
And it states, "How long shall I see a banner and hear the sound of the ram's horn? For my people are foolish. They have not known me. They are stupid children, and they have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge."
So there you have it. So, when you're looking at both of those, we got verse 21, verse 22, It's basically saying, our Father Yahuwah is our standard, okay, and he's final authority. But notice here in verse 22, what he's saying? He's saying, well, basically, some believe that we came from a blob or something. There's some people believe they're so
the
stupid.
Big Bang.
We Big Bang theory. Like we just showed up in the second Earth age, And so that's why when people start off with Adam being the screw up,
Right.
and Eve taking the bait,
Right.
they start off pointing at them.
Right.
Like I heard people say, "Well, I can't wait to get to heaven and talk to Adam." Like, shut yourself. Just shut up.
It's the thing you couldn't even have on Adam. Because Adam was made in a different...
Oh, no. You couldn't even handle that boy.
Again, similarly.
Similar,
Yes.
but not the same. Okay? Eve is similar, not the same. You ain't going to give her a piece of your mind. You are not on the same level. And you have to understand something. Lucifer dealt with them differently than he deal with anybody today.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Because how they were made.
That's how he was made. Yeah, it took him longer. Yeah.
They both was not out of a womb.
Yeah. You got to get a hold of that. This is different. The whole different. The whole different.
It's all different.
Yeah.
One was not even out of a womb, and one was made for a rib, or the heat is clear.
So
imagine that.
To hold
two different.
Yeah, two different. It's
and then we come from
similar.
A womb. Yeah, similar. But I'm saying, but we come from a womb. She came from a helix curve, and he came from hands.
The dust. The breath of Yah.
Y'all better leave me alone. Talk about you want to have a conversation. All the conversation I want to have is, so when you were sitting in the middle of that garden, because they don't talk about that, but I do want to know about those different areas of wealth that he would get to explore that we don't get to see today.
Yeah, we don't get to see it today. All the gold,
all the silver.
Yeah,
I mean, what does the gold really look like? We ain't gonna really see what the real gold look like until we in heaven, or until we're in our spiritual body.
So right here in verse 22,
it states,
basically, my people are stupid, is what he's saying here. It's sottish.
No, he said stupid. That's what it's stupid.
Yeah, they're sottish.
They don't like using that word stupid, but it is what it is.
Yeah. They don't want to use it.
No,
that's the Canaanites that don't want to use
the
word.
That's what I'm saying. They don't want to use. That's what I said. They don't want to use the word, but it is what it is. And the key part too, no understanding, honey.
Yeah.
They stupid and have no understanding. Two different categories.
They're stupid and don't have no understanding. Okay, and that's what's teaching the children today. Yeah, and that's what taught us in those Sunday school men. They were stupid, had no understanding, and we was believing their stupidness and their lack of understanding. And we
make excuses for it.
We took their stupidness and lack of understanding and made it religious law. That it was correct.
Oh.
So now we take on their stupidness, and then when somebody else don't be stupid like us, we call them stupid, but in reality we stupid.
Don't
but
get
you know
started. Don't get us
so you're lost, and they're looking at us like, I think y'all all lost.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Okay.
Freedom is a beautiful thing.
Right. Freedom is a great thing.
Okay, so you finish.
So again, we're seeing the destruction here, and this destruction. So they're stupid children, basically, and they can basically almost literally destroy the earth if Yah would let it themselves, but they have no knowledge of it in any capacity. So they can't understand the 3 earth ages, with their mindset, even though they have the Basora or have access to it. They don't want to get that. They want to stay in the King James. And so with their mouths, they serve him, but their hearts far from him.
And won't research him and seek him
No,
out.
they don't do that.
And that's what's one of the main things he said. Seek.
They won't
me.
seek the truth, and they won't find it. Seek ye first.
Yes.
Seek ye first.
Yes.
But they've been seeking him second.
Yeah. Or not at all.
Or not at all. Just seek religion. Seek the vision. Seek what they doing in that one corner. That's it.
I can't. My husband makes me laugh.
You'll seek the when we gonna eat on Sunday. What we gonna eat on Sunday? Well, I can't wait to eat when I'm out on Sunday. I can't wait to get something. I want some food this Sunday. I want to hear my song this Sunday. They better play that song. Y'all play that song? I can't wait to wear my clothes on Sunday. I can't wait to see him on Sunday. Oh, I can't wait to see her on Sunday. Stupid. Just stupid. Oh, I'm going to wear me a hat on Sunday. I'm going to wear white on Sunday. I'm gonna wear this on Sunday. Oh, I get my grandbabies this week. We don't take them to church on Sunday. Yo, dumb self. Satan was sitting there laughing.
Oh,
right?
Gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. So why are y'all's people so dumb when we have all this technology in the earth realm?
It's true. I know where you're going. That's why we laughing.
We got all this stuff that we can do. We can do all kinds of stuff, but we don't even know who the Father is.
That's what drives me nuts. Like, what the heck?
Y'all got technology. Y'all got all this stuff. You know how to make food and seasonings and everything, but you can't even see who Yah is.
I just don't receive that. I don't receive. They don't see who Yah is. I believe they rejected who He is.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion.
Okay, pay close attention. Go to verse 23. We want to get through this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Go.
All right, you go ahead. You can
Okay. 23. I looked at sorry guys. I looked at the rats and I saw it was formless and empty. And the Shahamin, they had no light.
Okay, so I stopped there. So in other words, it was destroyed. The Shahamin was completely destroyed. Okay, so this is telling us one thing. This is why during the first earth age, it's telling us here that it was destroyed. And it was going to happen again. When's the earth going to be destroyed? Not destroyed in what you're talking about, obliterated, but it's going to be destroyed. So when's that going to happen? It's going to happen at the seventh trump. Boom! It's going to be wiped out. We're going to be in a different dimension. Okay, but that's not the new heaven yet. That's not the restored one. That's not the replenished one. It's the one that he will, all the rudiments of the world will be burnt up. So he's going to do it again. But this right here is telling us how it happened in the first earth age. It became void. It was destroyed. Okay? All right, go to verse 24.
Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on. What happened? I have to find it.
Find it?
Yeah, it did.
Wait, it jump all around?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, y'all. Here we go.
Okay.
It says, I looked at the mountains and I saw they shook.
So our Father moved the land.
And all the hills were swaying.
He broke away all the rivers come from and everything.
And it says, and I looked and I saw there was no man. Here we go.
All right, so this is when the lands were separated and there was a great shaking. This is where the earth was shaking and all the pieces got spread apart. Okay, go to verse 25.
25, and it says, and I looked and I saw there was no man, and all the birds of the Shahamin had fled. I looked and saw the garden land.
Okay, wait. Now stay right there in verse 25.
Okay.
Okay, so right here in verse 25, it says that there's no man. This is not Noah's flood.
Right.
Okay, so make that very clear. This is when everything was completely destroyed in the first earth age. I mean, every living being and every living being had to be transferred into another body. This is when it happened right here. So we had to go into a body, and y'all put us all in our mother's womb at that time. That's why he said, I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. All right? Okay, no birds alive. This cannot be compared to Noah because Noah had a couple birds coming to him. Yeah, and he had birds came up with leaves. And the fig tree leaf, olive tree leaf, it take about 6, 7, 8 months for that thing to. Yeah. So it couldn't have been the whole world. It's impossible.
It was impossible.
All right. So
Truly
it wasn't that.
Impossible.
Okay, verse 26.
26, and it reads, and I looked and saw the garden land was a wilderness.
Woo.
And all its cities were broken down at the presence of YAHUAH. So
notice this. There is nothing was standing when YAHUAH did that in the first earth age. Whatever. Nothing. There was not a tree standing. There was nothing alive.
Yeah, like it was consumed.
It was consumed. It was tore up. There was no dove to go out and find an olive branch. Okay? We don't see nothing. He had to, remember, after he did that, he had to create every herb bearing seed.
He had to recreate every
herb bearing seed after its
because it was gone. There was nothing there.
There was nothing that was alive.
So he had to start all over.
He had to start over.
He had
That's
a
why
fresh
he said,
canvas.
That's why he said replenish.
Replenish. Yeah. He told Adam to replenish.
Replenish.
Right.
Why I said replenish when if it was first time?
Right.
It wasn't.
He said, I gave you everything that you need to replenish.
There was already cities.
Mm-hmm.
There was everything that was already here.
Which they know because it's documented.
It's documented. Like, where'd that city come from?
Yeah. Millions of years.
How built this?
Millions of years
Deep in the ground.
deep in the ground they find.
Yeah.
But you remember, it's only 6,000 years.
Yeah. They got you believing that story. Yeah. So it had all the cities. They were all destroyed. They were all plundered. And not like the ruins they find 3,000 or 6,000 years old. We talking about millions of years old, and even hundreds. I mean, there's so many. Mm-hmm. And so this is all referring to the first Earth age. It's a different dimension, you guys. And so what destroyed it? Same thing is going to destroy everything in the seventh trump. Mm-hmm. Is the presence of YAHUAH. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got to understand, Yah's presence is so powerful.
It is.
That his presence destroyed everything. His presence. He doesn't have to say anything but show up.
That's right. And that's one thing. So we know when he show up. We know when he shows up. The thing is, we will know when
you will know when he shows up. Ain't no, you could be like when Lucifer shows up, people still gonna be asleep.
Yeah.
They don't have to find out that he's here. Oh, that's him?
Exactly. But when
YAHUAH shows up, and when Yahusha shows up,
everybody gonna be adjusted.
You can be asleep. You can be in a coma.
You gonna rise up.
You can be on the table having a baby. Think about your baby. When he show up, y'all, everybody, even the baby coming out the womb, gonna say Yahusha. Every eye. You make it say that. Every eye.
Yeah.
Every eye.
Yeah.
Everybody with an eyeball gonna know. In milliseconds, that's him.
That's right.
Ain't gonna
nowhere on this planet.
Nowhere gonna be on this planet where there's not gonna be the Joker in the jungle that we don't even know a jungle exists. He gonna say that's Yahusha.
That's him.
That's him. Oh, that's him. Ain't nobody gonna be able to do it. But the Christians think he's all stupid. That they gonna fly away and people here are gonna find out who he was. That don't even make sense.
Eliminate themselves from even knowing who you. They took their own stuff out the equation.
You're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. We're gonna leave in a twinkling of an eye. We're gonna be gone when you're not gonna know. If that ain't retarded, I don't know what is retarded. I'm not against whatever.
Not that word. Not that word.
Not that word. But if that is, I'm gonna use this word, solace. If that ain't stupid.
Stupid and definitely have no understanding. None. You can't even use basic common sense. Where are you flying to? Where your body gonna fly to?
Okay, so let's keep going.
Let's keep going. I mean, I didn't want to say some things, but I was gonna say some things, but I won't say those.
So, but what destroyed it was Yah's presence. So going back to Noah's time, there was no people to earth from at that time. I mean, there were people in earth from during Noah's time, and those people were still there. So it was only a portion of what Noah was going through. Mm-hmm. So Yah didn't try to destroy the whole earth because that's the seed of Cain, right. and the Gerbers or the giants. He's like, I'm just gonna get rid of them. Just like right now, if it floods over there and we don't know. It could be a big.
And it's already jungle of avalanches and everything.
If there was a big old flood in Russia and it wiped out 20 million people, we would never even know.
Only we know is because of the news.
Only we know because of the news.
And they didn't have news then.
So we don't know how many.
They didn't know what Noah was experiencing.
And to this day, nobody living knows how big the flood was. That's this day.
Well, to this day, but according to their findings on how they found it, tell you how big where the flood started and where it ended. It wasn't that big.
It wasn't that big. It was not big.
40 days and 40 nights.
So let's continue to go forward here. So here's the problem. What Lucifer did during that time, he wanted the mercy seat. Mm-hmm. He wants your position. Remember, he's an identity thief. Okay. He wanted to sit in heaven. He wanted to say he was like the Most High. And he's still trying to obtain it to this day. He's going to try to come pretending he is Yahusha, and he's coming as Jesus. Everything he does is a copy. He can't create nothing. So, what did y'all do? He only flooded the area that during our second age, Earth age today, regarding Cain, he only flooded the area where Cain went.
And Cain didn't go that far.
Cain didn't go that far.
Yeah.
He had no desire. He didn't come to California.
I mean, foot-wise, let's just use us for example. We here in California, foot-wise, we probably could make it to New York, but we ain't gonna make it to no Israel. You know what I'm saying? So wherever his footprint would allow him to go that's as far as it can go, and we all know that. Never mind, I ain't gonna say.
So this is why Lucifer is still trying to seduce man and woman, because he still thinks his seed can get into heaven, and that's what he's doing. That's
he's making his seed think they could get in heaven. He know they ain't getting in heaven.
So he has to come up with all these lies. Evolution was a lie. So he's got to come up with the evolution, and so evolution is what got rid of the first Earth age. If you notice that, so evolution.
Yeah, they came with
they
that
stopped the evolution because he figured one day they're gonna figure out where I came from.
He don't want them to figure it out.
So evolution replaced the first Earth age. So and then he went to reincarnation. He did everything to block. And then he did it, and then here's what the Christians about: born again.
Born again.
He got him on that one. There's no born. You're born. How can you be born twice? Stupid.
Because even he had stupid Nicodemus at that dumb question got that answer.
You
see what I'm saying? So why y'all?
How can a man be born the second time? Well, Nicodemus did have that part right.
He's like, that's what I'm saying. So you already got the answer. That cannot happen.
And Yahuwah didn't say you must be born again. He said you must be born from above.
That's right. They choose to bewitch their own self. I don't care what anybody says.
Must be born from above.
I have no compassion in that area. It was a choice. You choose to bewitch your own self, because even the scriptures will guide you a little bit. Right. King James will show you a little bit, but you choose not to. You choose not to grab it and see it, because it'll mess with your posture where you're at or your position.
So once this happened in Jeremiah, we'll go down a little further. But everyone had to be born innocent through a woman, because Yah cannot destroy his own children. And so, because he's righteous, he's not going to do something like that. So it's better to be born from above through water of the woman and by the Spirit of Yah. That's why you must be born from above, not again. Did you get that? So you must be born through the water of the womb of a woman and born by the Spirit of Yah through the womb.
That's right.
That's what happens. So that's why you're born from above, not born again. Born again is what King James taught, because it's reincarnation.
That's right.
That's where he got it from. Okay?
Right.
So let's go ahead. Read verse 27.
Okay.
Keep on going now.
27 reads, "For thus said Yahuwah, all the rats shall be a ruin, but I shall not make a complete end."
Not yet. A full end of it. Yeah. So he says, that's that part, but it ain't over yet. Okay, keep going. 28.
"On account of this, let the rats mourn, and the Shahamim above be dark, because I have spoken, because I have purposed, and I shall not relent, nor do I turn back from it."
There you go.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, no, we'll stop right there.
Okay.
So in other words, what we see here is...
I said what I said, and I ain't going back on what I said.
Basically, go take yourself back to Genesis chapter 1. Okay?
That's what it says.
When it became void and uninhabitable. I want you to remember that word uninhabitable, because next week we're going to get into another word that you're going to see, that the earth wasn't fully habitable at one point in time. And there's a female that talks about it. And her name is Wisdom. Mm-hmm. And she talks about how the earth wasn't fully habitable at one time. Mm-hmm. That means that there's parts that people can live in,
right,
and parts that
you just didn't even walk on.
You don't even go in there because y'all didn't set it up like that yet. Mm-hmm. So this is really good. I hope you guys are getting something from this. We're going to stop here on verse 28. Actually, take your notes. Put verse 28. We're going to come back to it.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's Jeremiah 4:28.
Jeremiah chapter 4. Okay. Verse 28 is where we will start. Mm-hmm. All right. And that's where we will begin next week. Now, let's do this. I'm going to go in here and read some of these things. Tell me, what have you guys received? Yeah. Anybody got your own little statement you want to make? Let's make them right now. Let's do that. Let me see here. I see, Mikhail from 23andMe. Okay, here goes Mikhail. Wow, I never thought about, wait, how did you say there? It's here?
What you say about how Adam, that one?
Yeah.
It says, wow, I never thought about how Adam and Eve were made different than we are. Whole different level. Thank you for making that plain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't put the concept together. Adam was made from the dust of the ground. Eve was made from the curd. Adam, that was made from the womb and then breathed into. So we all had a breath from Yah, but we all came at a different shape and form of that. So Adam, dust, Eve, helix curve, us, womb.
Yeah. The helix curve is our DNA system.
Right. I'm just saying, but that's when Mark and I was talking about, you ain't rolling up on them at court asking them nothing. Let me look at you, man. You don't go sit down.
You don't go sit down.
You need to go to class.
Yeah, you go to class. I'm telling you right now, when it's time to show up, he's on, because notice he's showing up when he knows that the flesh he knows it can't enter into the presence of Yah. That's why he said no man can see Yah without dying, because your body can't be in his presence. He don't even want that body. Isn't that something? When the seventh trump hit, the body is gone.
The body
can't even enter.
The spirit resists the body.
Yeah. So when you enter to another dimension, you ain't gonna have any fleshly desires or habits or memories of not memories, but just like, dang, you gonna enter right into the seventh trump. You're gonna be like right back square one as you was before you left heaven, from the first earth age to the second earth age. You're gonna go right back into that spiritual temple. Okay, or not go back into it, but you're gonna manifest that spiritual temple. You're gonna go from a telestial body to a celestial body. And once that happens, you're going to recall everything all the way back to when Satan first did his deception. And you're going to be and he...
We'll know what corner he was in heaven. Hatching it up.
Yeah. I wonder if y'all got to throw him away for a certain time. We'll be looking for where that joker at. Y'all put him away. Notice that Yah does everything perfect. Because imagine going into your spiritual body and Lucifer standing right there. Yeah. And you're like, you the one that, I was over there before.
Have a Peter experience. We done moved
I moved so fast out there, Peter. So y'all got to lock him up.
Yeah, because he know his children.
By himself. For a season.
Because y'all know his
children. Because he know us, because we got to get this stuff off of us.
Like, do it quickly.
You got to do it quickly.
Yeah,
we got one day.
One day. He know. That's all that's all the time they get.
That he wants to deal with.
Yeah, one day, because he already dealt with y'all long enough.
But we're gonna go into our spiritual body. Okay, so what is that? That was
Okay, the other ones that just busted up laughing. And then this is one you were talking about all the different things that they say on Sunday church and all that. Mikhail added her, girl, did you hear the praise team? What did the pastor preach? Girl, I don't know, but that choir though. That's exactly how they be talking though. That's the truth.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, and then Jimmy puts this. It says the Christians think every eye will see because of the internet. They so, what can you say? That's exactly what they be thinking too. Like they're so stuck in a box that their brain, never mind. Yes, Jamie, they do think that's the eye that everybody see because of the internet. And they think that, having people follow their Jesus is the only way to get to wherever they think they're going.
It's constantly, you still got to go through a person to get to Yahuwah, and you don't.
Right. And they're always going to keep you in that little box.
Always keep you in that box.
Because that's the only way they can control.
Let's go back up here. I see.
Where you at?
Okay. Wow. Dr. Rosetta, she says, wow, born again is like reincarnation. Mind-blowing. It's amazing. But that's what it means, born again. This means like a second time. Right. There is no second time.
There is no second time. You barely got the one time. No,
no, and the reason why there's no second time, because we're eternal beings.
Right.
We was created once. We just have two bodies. There's no again. There's no again. It's you coming to yourself. There is no born again experience except in religion. Okay? In religion, it's born again experience. In religion, you said something, and because of what you said, you're in charge of making your spirit recreate. I never believed that.
Right.
Let me get that straight for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I could never figure that one out. Because me and you also say, I don't remember when I got born again. I don't have no. I don't have no clue when that happened.
I was just it.
I was just was.
I was just walking.
I just walking. I was like, yeah, it is the Most High. Yeah. It was simple for me.
Me too. I mean, when people say, oh, I had all this, I'm like, I used to say, dang, I must be to myself. I used to say, I'll be missing a whole.
I'm starting to wonder. I think that those were seed of Cain that had them experiences. The seed of Cain had the born again experience. Because when you're the seed of Yah, there ain't no way you can have an experience like that. Well, I remember, I can tell you where I was at. I'm telling y'all, I was 12 years old. And I thought, I said, because I didn't have the knowledge. So they told me to come to the altar. And I went up there.
And you're something else.
I'm looking at everybody crying. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? I said to myself while I was standing up there, like, what the hell's wrong with me? I said, I just know that there is, and at that time I said, God, I said, I just know there is one.
You're like, what?
But then they kept saying, you feel better, you feel different, you feel different. I'm looking at all these old people going, what in the hell am I supposed to feel?
Yeah.
I felt like this before I came here. I felt like this last week, the week before last. I just didn't know it was that.
And I'm laughing because of the fact that they would use it and say you're emotionless because you had no emotion behind it.
Like you must not. You're not smart.
Because I was like, I don't know what y'all looking for.
But I will say this. I believe the seed of Cain feels something.
They do. They gotta feel something.
Yeah, the seed of Cain does, and that's why they got that born again language in it. Because
he has to use things to keep them in connected.
Because the seed of Cain, their repentance, they might feel something, but the seed of Yah won't. They'll come to themselves. It didn't say the seed of Cain came to himself. No,
he just felt something.
Yeah, he just felt something.
And then Dr. Verder puts that makes so much sense when you think about it. Born again doesn't even make sense when you think about it. It doesn't. Being born again, it doesn't make any sense. Born again.
Right. And then Jamie put, no fleshly desire, that's a relief.
Yeah, when your body, when you're going to.
Yeah, I live cleanliness of that. The second, come on, second. Yeah.
I know. But when it comes, it's gonna come.
Well, it's not the seventh trump that you want. You remember the first thing happens on sixth trump. Because the sixth trump is gonna date you. You see Lucifer, that gives us that 5-month window. So he even does so much for us, lets us know ahead of time. All right, guys. We're going to let you go. You have spent some quality time with us today, and we got a chance to spend some time with you. We love you guys, and we just thank you for joining us. And it was just fun. It was just fun to learn more about our Father's letter. Why? Because our Father loves us, and He's put everything in His letter, in His word, for us to read it all, and for us to connect to it. So what do we got here? I'm saying this.
That's a truth. This one.
What's that?
It says, no, they talking about when you say you was at the altar, they say you don't feel that. And she said, no, they're going to keep you at the altar until you break down from exhaustion, thinking you feeling something, but you really feeling tired.
Oh, no, you didn't, Dr. Rosetta. Ooh.
You're
Oh, my
exhausted
goodness.
from tired.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh man, now that is a fact. When they try to get them to pray in the spirit, they'll make you sit there until you get it. It really is exhaustion, and you're tired, so you start mumbling.
Sound like an old car trying to get started.
I can't. I love y'all so much.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness. Okay, honey, we're gonna let him go this time. So
And
remember,
I'm going to go over his
what?
tongue talking soon, too.
Yeah, we are. So with that, don't forget, he said we're going to be talking about some good things on next Sunday to add into what we talked about today. But there's a word from a woman that he's been reading on and studying on that is it from the word to open it up. So make sure you be there on Sunday. It's going to be good. We love you guys. And remember, if you be in the Mashiach, then you are Abraham's seed and you are heir according to that promise. Love you. Bye-bye.
There's no better